President Abdel Fattah Sisi has met with the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Electricity Mahmoud Ismat, and the Minister of Petroleum Karim Badawi to discuss the government's plan to secure the petroleum product needs of the electricity sector. During the meeting, Sisi directed the government to improve the management and operation of the national gas network to ensure a stable supply to the national electricity grid, as well as to the industrial and service sectors. The President also emphasized the need to accelerate renewable energy projects. The discussion also covered the status of electricity interconnection projects between Egypt and Saudi Arabia, highlighting their importance in strengthening the effectiveness of electrical networks. Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, has delivered a message from President Abdel Fattah Sisi to the Emir of Kuwait during a meeting with Crown Prince Sheikh Sabah Khalid Al Hamad Al Sabah. In the message, President Sisi emphasized the strong historical and brotherly ties between the two nations. Minister Abdelati expressed Egypt's commitment to enhancing economic trade and investment cooperation, noting that the steps Egypt has taken to attract investments and implement its economic reform plan. He also highlighted the potential for leveraging Egyptian expertise in infrastructure projects in Kuwait. Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, also and the acting Prime Minister of Kuwait, Sheikh Fahad Yusuf Saud Al Sabah, have discussed the strong historical and fraternal ties between the two nations. Minister Abdelati emphasized Egypt's commitment to strengthening economic trade and investment relations, noting the country's ongoing development and reform efforts despite current global and regional challenges. He also highlighted the importance of empowering the private sector to lead Egypt's economic growth. And Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdelati, and his French counterpart, Jean-Noël Barrot, have discussed ongoing coordination between Cairo and Paris regarding developments in the Gaza Strip. The two ministers focused on efforts to reduce regional tensions, with the Minister Abdelati outlining Egypt's continued efforts alongside regional and international partners to secure an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, seen as crucial for calming the situation. The joint Egyptian-Saudi training exercise, Piercing Arrow 2024, has concluded with the participation from both the Egyptian and Saudi armed forces. The final phase of the training featured a friendship jump by the Egyptian and Saudi paratroopers. Ground forces and special forces, supported by air forces, carried out an operation to storm and control a terrorist stronghold. The forces also conducted both typical and non-typical shooting exercises, showcasing their precision and skill in hitting targets from fixed positions and while on the move. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has emphasized that the Mbebe Airport Land Development Project is a key initiative aimed at enhancing services in the area. He highlighted that the project, which includes a significant number of residential units, is progressing as planned. During a meeting, the Minister of Housing, Sharif Al-Shirbini, presented a report on the project's developments, noting that the residential sector includes 3,100 housing units spread across 158 buildings. Post offices will begin distributing the terms and conditions booklets for reserving units in the Housing for All Egyptians project, starting Tuesday, with the offer running until December the 25th. The Social Housing and Real Estate Finance Fund announced the availability of 87,000 housing units in the Housing for All Egyptians 5 project, located across 16 governorates and 22 new cities, aimed at low and middle income individuals. And the Minister of Health and Population, Khalid Abdel Ghaffar, has inspected the new Heliopolis Hospital construction project during a field tour to monitor national health sector projects. Ministry spokesman Hossein Abdel Ghaffar stated that the hospital spans 42,000 square meters across 4 floors, with an implementation rate of 18% and a total cost of £3.5 billion. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has held a meeting to follow up the ongoing development works surrounding the Grand Egyptian Museum, with the attendance of Sharif Fathi, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, and Sharif al-Shirbini, the Minister of Housing, Utilities and Urban Communities. Prime Minister's spokesman, Councillor Mohammed al-Humusani, stated that during the meeting, the status of the project to develop and improve the visual vision of the area surrounding the Grand Egyptian Museum was reviewed, including the implementation of agriculture and lighting works, various civil works, as well as the supply and installation of signboards. And the Minister of Higher Education, Ayman Ashur, and the Minister of Housing, Sharif al-Shirbini, have held a meeting to follow up on the progress of the International University of Alexandria and the new Mansoura University. The Minister Ashur emphasized the Ministry's commitment to the new private university system, including both international private universities and those affiliated with government institutions, in line with the directives of the political leadership. He highlighted the significant contribution of this education model to Egypt's higher education system.